I might have put the horse behind the carriage. But I got the first piece of the puzzle for my motovan. And here it is. First piece of the puzzle is here. This is a fridge and a freezer. A wall power adapter, very, very important. You can plug it in at home, in the garage, if you have a party, for beer, something like that. Also, it's portable for my van, for my future van. So I know, I've kind of like put the horse behind the carriage over here, but these things need to be calculated before I get the van, because I have to have enough room to be able to do the things that I want. And do I go for a small van or a big van? This might fit under the bed. It's made by NEWAIR, and for those interested into it, I'm going to put a link at the bottom of the video, but let's go further and see how good it works. First, we're going to read the manual. Okay, the first thing I want to mention, first of all, there's lights over here that open automatically when you open the doors, and maybe this is the best thing about it. Did you hear that noise? It just feels so solid. I really, really like it. Like one of those fancy car doors. Yeah, I like that. Obviously it has wheels, so you can move it around. I also noticed that it has two latches over here on the side. You can pull these out and then now you have a handle to carry it. So that is pretty cool. And these latches, just lock it back in. Towards the bottom you have a drain, so you can take the water out if you have water over here with ice or whatever you're putting in to cool off, or you have to wash it. Also you could wash it with a cloth. Here on the freezer side, because the freezer is a little bit smaller, you have a basket, so you can put stuff at the bottom and you can put stuff here at the top in this basket. So I'm sure that this is going to hold on to ice cream, which I'm going to try tonight. You have the normal power cord that goes here at the bottom. You also have the car cigarette lighter cord. It has the same connection. That means that this one is putting out 12 volts. And yes, it's putting 14.5 at 6 amps, so 87 watts. This is recommended for a car that has a bigger battery. If you have a secondary battery bank, even better. And this is the piece de resistance. I really like this. This is solar, so it has a direct connection to solar. So if you have a solar panel that you buy for this unit, you can just put it up on top of the roof and you're gonna run this one for free. I also put a kilowatt on the wall just to find out exactly how much power it uses. We're gonna turn it on. I'm gonna go through the settings. So it turns on and it has a USB connection over here, 5 volt, 1 amp. So if you wanna charge small stuff. I've just heard it turning on. So there's a compressor in it, very quiet. Let's see if I could find the source of that noise. I think it's on this side, but it's so quiet you cannot hear it. Yeah, it's quite quiet. And there is an LG compressor on it, which is really one of the best ones out there. You also have a handle over here if you need somebody to help you lift it up in the car. It's full of food. The manual is very easy to follow. One of the things, for example, press and hold this to change the Celsius to Fahrenheit. So E1 showed up. Now I'm going to push until I get to the E5, and then here I could go with minus and plus. I could change it from Fahrenheit to Celsius, and then just turn it off and it will save that setting. For example, to adjust temperature, very, very simple. There is a left side and a right side that corresponds to this side and this side. So to unlock the screen, you have to press and hold these two buttons. It's unlocked, and right now I could adjust this side. So this is going to be just a fridge, so I'm going to keep it at 36. You could individually control them. So this is going to be 36 and this one is going to be 10. So I could put it minus, I think -4 is the most that it can go to, but that's in Fahrenheit. So that's a little bit too much work for, you know, the car battery or whatever you have. So for ice cream, 10 is going to be just fine. So I'm going to let it go, and then in 4 seconds it's going to go back to the original setting. And then it's going to try to keep on this side where the book is, it's going to try to keep 36 like a fridge, and this side is going to try to keep 20 or 10, which is freezing. And right now it just locked itself. That's the sign that it locked itself. Also shows you the voltage, so if you connect it to a car, you kind of like have a better understanding of where you're standing. Also, there are different levels of protection for your battery, and right now it's set up for high. So if you have a car, you want to be on high. If you want to change that, press and hold this. First you have to unlock it. then press and hold this. And right now you could change it. Low, medium, high. So I'm gonna put it on high level of protection, so theoretically it will save the battery for the car so you don't have to jump start it. What's gonna happen now? It's gonna sit in my room overnight. I'm gonna put some ice cream and some stuff in it. But first we're gonna let it bring the temperatures down in each side and just go from there. And I'm gonna keep some ice cream overnight. I'm gonna test it out, make sure that it works fine before we commit to go on camping and we know how to use it properly. As far as the power usage, it uses 37 watts right about now. So that's how much it's pulling out of the socket in the wall. And it's not in maximum mode. So right now it's just cooling, but it's in energy saving mode. And how you change that, when it's unlocked the screen, you push this button and it goes from maximum to echo. So you can see an echo and maximum. So right now I'm gonna leave it on maximum to chill this thing out so I could put some stuff in it. It's going through its cycle right now at 40 watts and it uses 94, 92 out of the wall. And I see that it cooled off its left side first, and I assume it's gonna go to the other side later on. Also, I'm impressed how quiet it is. So this could definitely stay with you in the motor van or camper and you won't hear it. So things have changed. This side got to 38 and this side is dropping now, 45. So it's cooling them separately, it seems like. Maybe the air flows from one to another. The point is that it's cooling them. 45 on one side and 19 on the other. So this is the fridge side. I put a watermelon in here and a couple of sodas to keep them cool and test them out. And here I put ice cream and I put a bottle of water, see if it freezes. We're gonna run overnight. They're already using 47 watts only, so it's like in eco mode already. So that is pretty cool. One thing I wanna mention, each side can be either or. So you could have two fridges, so it could be fridge or freezer or freezer fridge. So you could individually control them from here. All you have to do is just set up the right temperature and it will just keep that side at that temperature. Here you could see right now it reached 36, 38 on the fridge side, which I chose to be this one, and then 10 degrees where my ice cream is, and it's doing pretty good. So I think that was a very important part to mention, that this could be individually controlled and it could be freezer or fridges. It's morning and the temperatures are still 34, 13, so it kept the temperatures pretty good. I slept with it all night in the room and it was not bothering me at all. That's a great test to know if I will be able to sleep with it in the van. I have ice cream in it and I'm gonna try it. Make sure that the ice cream is good. And this is the water. So the water is completely frozen. So definitely freezes. And that means that the ice cream has to be good too. And yeah, the ice cream is great. So yeah, you'll be able to have ice cream wherever you go, and that's awesome. And as far as like this side, I have two nice cold drinks. Here is one. And then obviously I have my watermelon, which is ready to go. So definitely it's great. Next I'm going to test it out to see how it works with external power. I just plugged it into one of these portable battery backups and it's running off of it already. It's 92%. Just curious to see how long it lasts on the little battery backup like this, how much power it uses. Also, I had to change the settings to not protect the battery because the battery went in protection mode automatically. That's why I was saying F1. So I put it on low protection for the battery. So right now you see it's running it at as low as 10.7 volts. So you wouldn't do this on a car, but on any deep cycle battery or some kind of like thing like that, this will work. It's amazing to think that it's running off one of these. So I was literally running one of these power banks. Crazy. I also noticed that it has a battery indicator, so it kind of like tells you how low the battery can go before it stops. So even at a lower setting, it will protect the battery. So it's giving you like an estimator of how long can run on this battery before the voltage drops too low and it just won't be able to do it. That is also pretty cool. And for those people who want to know how much it used in a little bit over 12 hours, first cooling, 360 watts. So I could totally see this one running under 300, 400 watts day. So it's using less than a kilowatt in 2 days if you run it all the time. So even running it permanently in the house it's something that, you know, you could have just extra storage, extra cooling somewhere. Pretty cool, I like it. This is all the information I wanted to know before I could put it into my camper and go camping with it. NEWAIR, thank you for making a great product.